Welcome back to Popcorn and Beers. We are so sorry about the confusion on our Butter on Top, but we got it done with Knives Out, Wake Up, Dead Man. And of course, we had our drunk classic, Pretty Woman, starring Julia Roberts and Richard Gere. Let's go. Welcome back to your uncle's, auntie's, adopted child's favorite movie podcast. This is Popcorn and Beers, where some use tomatoes and others use thumbs, and we use the stuff that gets you drunk. And here we are with a Netflix premiere that was in theaters for a little while. They had a limited theatrical release with Knives Out, Wake Up, Dead Man. And the movie was great. I'll say that. It's a popcorn and two. But let's just talk about the cast that they were able to assemble for the third installment of the Knives Out series. Now, Josh, have you caught the first two or just the first one?
Yes. So we watched the first two. I loved them. So what do we got? All new cast, right? Besides Benoit Blanc?
except for our boy Daniel Craig. Yeah, I mean, it's a good watch, and if you've got time today, it's worth it. It is fun. I will say that my pick for Murderer was wrong. I'm not going to tell you who it was. And I'm sure there's going to be everybody that's going to be like, well, of course I knew who it was. Like, shut up. Shut up. You're all annoying humans. You didn't know because you didn't write down on a piece of paper when they first introduced all the characters, so you're a liar.
You know what? I almost never get it right. Pretty much never.
The people that are like, oh, I got it right. Okay, so you literally pause the movie after they introduce all the suspects, which is, if you're familiar with Knives Out, pretty much you know who the suspects are at the very beginning of the film. And you said, write down on a name within 5 minutes, put it in the freezer so it's nice and cold like your prediction. Because I guarantee you if you do it that way, it's wrong. All right?
I always do that, though. Not the freezer part, but yeah, whenever we're watching one of those, we're like, oh, him. You got to pick now.
Don't sit here later and say, I knew it. No, you didn't. Okay? We just need to feel important for a bit. But we had Andrew Scott, Mila Kunis, Jeremy Renner, Thomas Hayden Church, Josh Brolin, Glenn Close, Josh O'Connor, Kerry Washington, and I left out some. Wow. I just named the heavy hitters. And let me tell you, Josh Brolin as, what is it? It's the Monsignor. Wow, was he good? Like, he was killer. Like, he went in there. What's that?
I just like him.
Josh Brolin?
Yeah.
Well, he plays a very unlikable priest in this movie. And he crushes that role. I felt like I was there. Like, that's how well he was delivered. I was like, I feel like I'm sitting right here, and I want to punch you right in the face. I want to punch you right in the face, Josh Brolin, Monsignor, whoever the hell you are behind that robe. But it was so good. Like, it was so clean. The dialogue was delivered so crisply that you were just kind of like, man, he is in this role and he is absolutely crushing it. But again, just like the second Knives Out, they are poking fun at conspiracy theorists. They are poking fun at people that will want to believe anything, so they will believe anything. They're utilizing God's cruel sense of humor to put everyone in their place in this one, as this one is church-centric. There is, it is centered around the church this time, and the Catholic Church. And they do a lot of subtle jabs in different directions. They do Daniel Craig especially. He has a line, if I stay much longer, I have a fear I may burn. And that was kind of funny. There's a cute little line where the townspeople paint penises on the tomb. And the old woman goes, I just feel so bad. I don't know why they keep painting rocket ships on poor Monsignor's tomb. It's kind of a throwaway line, but it was cute. And there's a great line delivered by Daniel Craig, and I wanted to go back and rewind it and get the full quote, but the end of the quote is just as powerful. You're an innocent man tormented by guilt, which is just as bad. And that was kind of interesting. It's you're not a guilty man tormented by anger, something to that effect. You're an innocent man tormented by guilt, which is just as bad. And there's a few of those in here. There's a few really solid quotes where you're like, huh, that's a thinker. That was well written. I enjoyed that. And the direction was okay. It was fine, but it was really, the court was really held by the actors. Kerry Washington delivering like monologue after monologue just very strongly as she becomes a key character within this role, and Glenn Close being Glenn Close and absolutely irresistibly talented as she plays her role. So Daniel Craig, I mean, hilarious, witty, charming as ever in his role in Knives Out. We're gonna give this one a popcorn and two. I'm happy you're gonna go see it, Josh. I'm excited for you. I think it's a really good movie. I was border on popcorn and three. I just needed to have a little bit more Mr. Jeffrey Wright. That's what I needed. Is that
Okay.
fair? Like if there was more
No, yeah,
Jeffrey
yeah.
Wright,
I get that.
he
I
was
get that.
good.
And yeah, yeah, I haven't seen it, but I'm going to see it. You might notice, audience, that Jordan's not here, but let's skip ahead in time and get our review.
Wake Up, Dead Man,
Oh,
a Knives Out story.
yeah.
Yeah, so you get the guy from Challengers, right? This fake Ben Stiller, John Krasinski clone baby man
Mm-hmm.
with the big ears, the ladies, okay, the ladies did not come to play. They did not come to mess around in this movie. Man, they killed it. They were top notch. Kerry Washington, right?
Yeah.
Every single line scene, she was just ring dry. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah, yeah,
getting
yeah. Chewing
everything
it up.
out of it. And who was it? Glenn Close? No. Who's the older lady?
I haven't seen it.
Sorry. Wake up, dead man. Um, yeah, I was right. It was Glenn Close. So you could just,
Glenn
yeah,
Close.
it was Glenn Close. Yeah, that's not me, is it? Okay. Uh, Glenn Close. She also like playing the overzealous, religious lady.
Mm.
Um, I don't want to give any spoilers away because again, this is like a really great mystery. Like it's quirky. The characters are a little bit over the top, but they dialed it back a little bit than from what they did with Glass Onion. Like Glass
Okay.
Onion was this whole like tech bro poking fun at the tech bros.
Yeah.
This was more of a prodding at the hypocrisy of religion and religious people, and kind of now how religion has taken a turn towards right wing
Mm.
sort of stuff. Like it does a lot of that. That's kind of the main theme throughout this. So yeah, it's pretty on the nose, like socio-politically. Uh, Josh
Did you have
Brolin. Josh
the so
Brolin. Was it?
did you have the so-called killer guest? Did you guess right?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah. Yeah. Very early on. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. It's a good twist. Like there's, it's all right. It's kind of who's the guy with the leg? Jeremy Renner, right?
Yeah.
And we've talked about Jeremy Renner in the past. But again, he's like in some new scandal now. There's like new accusations against him. Some crazy stuff
Ugh.
that's like if there and I'm like one of those people where like if there's smoke, there's fire. Like there's some truth to some of these things because there's no way that this amount of time elapses and then just like something new happens. You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah.
know. So he's in this, and I just did not like seeing him. Like, I don't know. I'm just like, he's, I don't know. Yeah, okay. I don't know how, I don't want to give away too much. There is Look Out for Shimbleshanks, the railway cat. That's a catchy song that you're introduced to. It's
Okay.
literally, he turns on the radio and there's some like, Shimble shakes the railroad cat. Like something comes on the radio, and it was like, okay, where did that come from? There's a song at the end of the movie that I know I've heard this band before. It's like a new current artist, and he sounds like Animal from the Muppets. Like, yeah, 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 yeah. And it's hilarious. The whole Benoit Blanc character again, and I've said this, I do prefer, like, I put these neck and neck, the Murder on the Orient Express and the Knives Out movies kind of
Yeah.
against each other, and I'm definitely more of a fan of the Hercule Poirot guy, and that
Overall,
whole
yeah.
series, because just the Benoit Blanc thing, the whole Foghorn Leghorn, um, and he's just very verbose at times when he doesn't need to be. It
Mm,
just talks too much. A lot of yapping. This movie was about over 2.5 hours long. I think it could have been 20 minutes less long without him just kind of rambling and for no real reason. I don't know. So I give Wake Up Dead Man a popcorn and God, that's hard. It's great acting. It's a good story. I don't know. It's not all great acting. I'll give it a popcorn in one.
that's fair. All right.
Yeah, and I'm on the fence. Like I kind of could give it a popcorn in two. Like let's popcorn 1.5, whatever you want to call it. Popcorn two. Squeak it in there. You know,
We had
it's
a
close.
discussion about guessing the killer, and Fry was saying uh, he wants proof. So the fact that you say you got the guy right,
Yeah.
he says he wants proof. Because I
Oh
was
yeah.
saying, in movies like this where there's obviously a killer and you're supposed to guess who, I always get it wrong every time. And Fry said nobody ever gets it right. They just say that it did.
Mm, yeah, and it's like one of those things where like I know it, but I don't want to say it to ruin it for the person I'm watching
Yeah,
it to too. So it's always one of those things where like it's hard to prove.
yeah,
So, um, well, just like let me think. Like my methodology is always just like it's often a character that is introduced very early on. Like if you just watch a lot of
right,
stuff, it's always like somebody that's early on, and then you're like, I have to guess like who is probably not as likely, but then you also have to consider the Murphy's Law, like the most obvious choice, or what is it, Occam's razor? Not Murphy's Law, Occam's razor. The
yeah,
most obvious choice
yeah,
is often the one.
yeah.
So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
whatever. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. What else you watch, bud?
Well, I watched what we all watched. We all got in the Drunk Classic, which is free this week on Disney Plus. Had you already seen Pretty Woman, Josh?
When I was a wee lad, I saw the whole thing front to back, and since I've seen the odd clip here and there.
Mm-hmm. So, as an adult, did you recognize that there was a lot of things in this movie that you just didn't understand as a kid, and now you kind of get the jokes?
Yeah, I think honestly, I last time I saw it for real, I was so young that I not sure how cognitive I was. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Yeah.
Like I remember seeing it, but I was like I barely remember anything about it. So it's almost like a first time watch for me.
Okay. So for me, Josh, there was a ton of lines that I was like, "Oh my God, I probably should not have been watching this as a young man." Or, "Wow, what a what a line, what
Mm.
a line." So I'll give you why I picked it, and I'll give you some of my takeaways from the movie. But tell me a little bit about what you thought on this second go through.
I loved seeing 1990. Tell you
Yeah.
that first of all.
Yes.
Bo Jackson on the big billboard.
Los Angeles.
There's so much that was just like, wow, this is a nice little time capsule. I say that too much in the show, but there it is. The music must have been love. Is how
Is that
Giacomo, good to
Carly
see her again.
Simon? Is
I
that
don't
is that?
know.
Go ahead.
The roommate, I forgot her first name, but Giacomo, the girl from Just Shoot Me. It was
Yeah.
crazy to see her because last time I saw her was that Down Under movie I saw with Tom Selleck I talked about. Anyway,
Yeah.
and so she was like sort of kind of wholesome in that. Actually, no, I think she was a prostitute in that
Kit.
movie too.
She plays
Anyway,
Kit. She plays Kit in Pretty Woman.
you know what, man? This movie it's understandable why it's considered one of the greats or whatever, or why it's lasted the test of time or whatever. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's particularly well written. Like in particular, the last
Mhm.
line of the movie sucks.
Yeah.
He rescues her. She rescues him right back. That's a bad line. Like, you could have said so many cool things. It's a
He
bad
needed
line.
rescuing. She needed to
Really?
save him from himself, from his life.
Okay. It is a bad line. But and, you know, Richard Gere excuse me, Richard Gere, right on the line of, "I hate this guy." You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't
But
there. He wasn't there, but he was right there. Like,
mhm,
"I might hate you, bud." First of all, you're not it's not a good look. This has timed out a bit in
mhm,
regards to billionaire sweeps the waif off her feet kinda thing. Like, I think that
mhm.
story's over, but this is, like, the penultimate one, though, right? Like, this is the one where, like, everything's based off of this one, sort of, in the modern day, at least.
It was weird
But,
what
yeah.
I found how many movies and how many TV shows have stolen pieces of this when I rewatched this. I was like, "Oh my god, that line was from Pretty
Yeah.
Woman." Like, I was like, I would have
Yeah.
never thought that line was from Pretty Woman unless I rewatched this. Like, even Brooklyn
For sure.
Nine-Nine. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Jake goes, "I never treated you like a prostitute." "You just did, Jake. You just did."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Jason Alexander, big time asshole.
Yeah, sleazeball.
Yeah. Little shout out to the side character Hector Elizondo, the manager of the hotel.
Yeah.
He's just like the best, most likable guy in every movie he's in, right?
Yeah, it was very gentle too, because at first, when he takes her back, if you've never seen this movie before, you think he's gonna like lean into her, be a total jerk, and he's just like he has that little edge, but in the nicest way. Like it's I'm gonna lean into you, but it's gonna be the kindest way possible.
Yeah, yeah. The way a professional should be. Uh,
Hmm.
yeah, but anyway, overall, the whole movie was enjoyable. Julia Roberts at that age and all that, like the most adorable person on the planet. And that's
Hmm.
why the movie is what it is, because she's just like watching her giggle is just like the best. She's just so adorable. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's just
no,
her like
absolutely.
she plays excited better than just about anyone ever has.
Hmm.
And it's just really great to watch. Just that's what's so entertaining about the show. But
Yeah.
the overall, like, if you really want to like examine it, not a good story. But who cares? It's a good movie. I give the whole thing a popcorn and one. I understand why it's mom's favorite or whatever. I just want to say my mom's favorite was Speed. Okay, so my mom can beat up your mom.
Did you watch this with your mom?
The last half, yeah.
Okay, all right. No, I mean, like it is interesting because even they did a documentary on Warren Buffett a while back, and it's funny how useless he was in his house. And this kind of
Mm,
paints that tale where it's like, dude is useless outside of being just a vicious businessman,
yeah,
like a
yeah,
killer assassin. Outside of that, he's told, "Why do you like this? It's the best. Why do you sit here? It's the best." Like, no answers. He just knows, oh, this is where I'm supposed to be. These are the people I'm supposed to know. This is what
that's
I'm
good.
supposed to do. Right. And she's like, there's so much more to life than what you're doing. You don't even know why you're making the choices you're making.
Yeah, like
And that
you're
is,
eating escargot because you're supposed to.
yeah, yeah. And I love how the down to earth people just are with her the whole time. Like the common folk are on like the waiter that catches the escargot. Happens all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Puts it in his pocket, right?
We really could have used a movie in that time period with her and Eddie Murphy, and it would have been like one of the greatest movies ever made.
Like I don't know if we were far enough removed for that to happen yet. Yeah, I think they were both on their come up too. If you think about it, like Eddie Murphy was really launching like this is he's like we're about to do
Yeah,
Nutty Professor. We're about to do, all of his big huge ginormous hits. Well, actually a lot of his movies bombed in the 90s if you think about it, right? No, Beverly Hills Cop
Distinguished
2 was
Gentleman.
great.
Oh yeah, Beverly Hills, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's
Do you
that's
notice
like
how
his
Julia
Stallone.
Roberts was always perching herself on somewhere?
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought that was a good move, good technique or whatever.
It's like the Brad Pitt. He has to always be eating something. Their chemistry was literally perfect. Like the two of them, they banter well together. They're not they don't have a moment where you're like, well, that felt unnatural, right? For me, it is one of the best romantic comedies of all time. And their storyline, yeah, it may not work today, but it is kind of interesting and kind of cool, right? Because, like, right away, he's useless when they first meet, right?
Can't even drive.
Can't even drive. Dude can't even drive. He's not used to driving himself. There is, even though she's in the role of a sex worker, she takes total control of every situation to include that situation. I did find also when they first get up to his suite, the throwaway line, kind of funny. I miss keys when he can't get the key card to work on his door. I felt like that was a good little throwaway line that just kind of worked there. And then I thought to myself, wow, she is a really bad negotiator. She set the hourly rate for $100 an hour. He said, how much for the night? She said $300.
Yeah, but that's I feel the pain though, because I have the same problem when I'm pricing my art.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like if you really do the math, like she should have been, what is it? Something
1,200.
around something around
12 hours.
1,500 for like the whole week, or 15,000 for the whole week or something, right?
Yeah,
If
yeah,
you do,
I guess if you really do the math for the whole week. I thought you were just gonna say for that night, but yeah, absolutely, you're right.
yeah. Anyway, well, whatever. I mean, but that's a ridiculous price in her mind, right? So it makes sense.
And it's 1990. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, yeah.
Another instance of Richard Gere's character being totally clueless. I didn't know what you liked for breakfast, so I ordered everything on the menu.
Right. Big flex. It's like I'm a big dumb dummy, but also here's my muscles.
Yeah.
Metaphorically speaking.
How would you take that, Josh? How would you take that if you wake up and the individual you've been with is like, you know what? I didn't know what you wanted, so I just ordered you everything on the menu.
I think I would eat everything because that's what I want. What I want for breakfast is everything. I mean,
Yeah.
look at me. Yeah, I'd be very very thankful. There wasn't enough eggs though. I noticed that. I mean, maybe for her, not for me.
Yeah, there's a lot of bread items. Lots of
Lots
it's a
of
very European
bread.
layout.
Yeah, but she went straight though. She went straight from croissant straight into pancake, no syrup. Like she
Yeah.
was breading it up.
So I love also finally when people start being nice to her and he got mad. Richard Gere's character gets mad that people were rude, so he takes her out for a couple minutes, for like an hour or so before he disappears. And he goes, "Look, we're going to spend an obscene amount of money in here, so we're going to need a lot more people and a lot more sucking up right now." How obscene are we talking? Absolutely disgusting. Like, it would be like I had to sit back for a minute and be like, I just what would that be like? Not the fake, like I have a black Amex money, like just to really know, like
Yeah.
I'm about to drop tons of money and it's not going to be on credit.
Right. I'm about to drop a bunch of money. I need you to call a crew in and orchestrate something theatrical for this event because we're
Yeah.
about to get stupid.
And to be anonymous still, to have that much money and maintain anonymity is like, because no one knows who he is. He's just this billionaire, you know, just walking the streets that's willing to fly to San Francisco on a whim for an opera.
Right. Yeah. Back on gear, maybe I'm just another guy who doesn't get it, of course,
Mhm.
right? This happens all the time. Stereotypical male. I don't get it with gear. And I know he was like the symbol for a little while there.
One of
Like,
them, him,
yeah,
Kevin
yeah,
Costner,
he was
Val
Kevin
Kilmer.
Costner too. There's so many of these dudes. Like, I don't understand why that's the dude for you. He looks like somebody's dad, and not like in a sexy way. He looks like, hey, you kids, that's not a toy. Like that's what he looks like. He always has looked like that. He's not sexual. He's not a sexual being. Of course, I would say that because I'm a man, but I don't get it.
Well, I mean, some men find him to be a sexual being, so it's okay. I don't think he has a strong voice either, but it's Julia Roberts has a way of bringing this character out in him that I thought was good.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right there. They do have chemistry, and that's undebatable. Yeah.
So, last thing I'm gonna do. How about Jason Alexander one, not being fired on the spot, not being fired, which was shocking, not being fired right on the spot, but also justifying attempted rape with "I've been here for 10 years."
Yeah, that was really something.
Yeah.
And all you get is cold cocked. Like, nah, dude.
Yeah.
You just tried to rape my girlfriend, dude.
Yeah.
You're
What are we?
going over the balcony.
I was sitting here like, what is happening? Like, and then, like I said, like the justification of it. Like, are you really that absorbed in yourself that you think because you've been working for me for 10 years, I'm gonna be like, you know what you did was fine. Like, no, you just,
Yeah.
you committed a giant crime and attempted rape on my girlfriend. You slapped her in the face and you justify it with 10 years.
Well, actually, I think it's even more disgusting because I think his character didn't even view that as the issue. He was already past that. He
Yeah.
was still mad about you betrayed me and our deal. That's what
Yeah.
he wanted to talk about. It wasn't even about her. He dismissed that part.
Yeah.
Like, no. I want to talk about why we didn't close the deal. I'm not worried about this woman I just raped in the room.
Yeah.
So that's even
It's-
more despicable, right?
He's absolutely the most disgusting sleazeball that ever could exist. And Jason Alexander played it well. Like, you didn't like that character. You
Yep.
really didn't like that character. Julia Roberts with the ice pack. How does a guy just hit a woman so perfectly? What did she say? Do they teach you guys that in school or something?
Mm-hmm.
Even there, she's being relentlessly cute in the.
Yeah, she's just too cute.
So for me, popcorn and 2. Josh gave it a popcorn and 1. I do think this jumps up my list of rom-coms. Like, it climbed into probably my top 10 of rom-coms after the rewatch.
I could see that happening. It's not. I don't think there's a lot of. Come on, you know what I mean? A lot of
Mhm.
rom-coms have that,
Yeah.
especially as time goes on. You're like, oh, really? But this one actually didn't have a lot of that going on. So
Yeah.
sure.
All right. Well, let's get to what we were watching then. Jordan, we're going to get your take on Pretty Woman here in just a minute.
Yeah, Pretty Woman, Jordan. Welcome.
Pretty woman walking down this. It's so cheesy. Pretty Woman. Yeah, this is a good movie. Like, it's a very cheesy, like, it's really good though. It's entertaining. Like, I'll say that. It's really entertaining throughout. She's so charming. Julia
Yep.
Roberts in this movie. She's so charming. It's like, come on. And Richard Gere is the opposite of charming. I mean, no, he's charming, but he's just so like Play-Doh face. Like, how do you describe? Like, I asked my wife, I'm like, do you find him like really, really good looking? She's like, not really. I'm like, but he's like considered like one of the most attractive male actors like of his time. Like,
Yeah.
he was like at the top. And she's like, yeah, I don't know. I don't really see it. He's too symmetrical. Like, he's too just plain looking.
He looks like an alien tried to make a human.
Yeah, yeah.
But
So
that's what happens a lot with a lot of time. Not all the time, because Brad Pitt's Brad Pitt. But there's always
Yeah.
like the heartthrob. They're sexy and attractive because of what they do and the fact that they look kind of weird.
yeah, she's
You know
like,
what I
how
mean?
does he look old and young at the same time?
Yeah. He looks like a tree brought to life.
Yeah. And it's hilarious because there's that scene where they're at that first like breakfast table scene together, and they're
Yeah.
like talking about, whatever's going on. And I was watching it, I was streaming it, okay? And Richard Gere's in the middle of whatever monologue he's giving her, and he's all smug looking, like just his face in the movie. He's telling her like what he does, his corporate headhunting or whatever. And the stream froze, but the audio kept playing. But I had no idea that the stream froze. Like, I was just like, oh, it's just stuck. Like, that's just his, like, that's his thing through the whole movie. It's like, he's just so unemotive. He's just like wallpaper guy.
Yeah. Just cute little smile.
Yeah, yeah. And these motherfuckers are really playing polo. Like, people really play polo.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like, I just thought like that was something like we just like it was made up. Like it was just in stories. Like it was just the logo for clothing. Like people actually play polo and they're like, oh, it's time to go stomp out the divots in the ground. And they're like,
Yeah.
what
Oh,
is that?
don't you feel so low class?
Oh
It's
God.
fun.
I just feel like I feel like such a better human being than all the people out there watching polo. Like,
Good way to put it.
yeah, and I'm sorry, but opera is not part of my soul.
Oh no.
No, it's not part of my soul. He's
Well,
got that
maybe.
whole unless you want, you watch it in the first time, it's if it's not whatever, It's like, come on, not part of my
Well,
soul.
I didn't know I loved hockey till I went to a match, whatever.
Hockey's great.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
go to a live show. Maybe it'll change your mind.
And the one thing I'll say about Julia Roberts and her character is like she's trying to play both sides of like if she's a hustler, right? She talks like she talks to her friend like, "Oh, I'm not falling in love with him," and blah blah blah. "Oh, but I don't want the apartment. I don't want this and that for him." And I get it. Like that's her character's conflicted, but just when she's kind of lying about it to her friend, I was just like, this whatever kind of innocence and kind of like, you know, credibility that they're trying to give to her as like this hustler hooker, you know what I mean? It kind of hurts that aspect of her character when she's just like, "Oh no, I'm not in love with him. It's just for the money and blah blah blah," but like, "Oh, I don't want this major setup from him." And I'm like, if you're a
Yeah.
hustler and you're just trying to take care of you, take the apartment, take the money, help your friend out. You know what I mean? Like get your friend out of whatever she's got a pimp and all this crazy. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? It was like,
Like maybe her change of character was kind of off camera.
yeah, yeah, it was weird, but yeah, I love how at the end Richard Gere literally had to go outside and touch grass. Like at the end of
Yeah.
his whole
Yeah.
change of heart and mind there that he has. But this is a fun movie. I give it a popcorn and two.
It's valid. That's what
Yeah.
Friday. I went pop him one.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole show's carried by Julia Roberts just being adorable.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
All right, back to Fry.
Let's get to what we were watching. How about 50 Cent producing this documentary? And last week, Jordan said, well, how'd they get all this footage? And Anna had found out, my wife, that apparently Diddy refused to pay the cameraman he had following him around throughout the trial. Guess what turns out to be a pattern with Diddy?
Well, that reminds me of someone. The president? Yes.
Yeah.
That's who.
And Antonio Brown. And like people with money, like I hope these people start getting held to account. More and more people need to come up and be like, yo, this mother bleeper owes me this much money. Hey, we have social media now. Like the problem with doing it to Diddy, though, is he's also a murderer, a conspiracy to murder, right? Like it's very interesting when you watch a lot of real gangsters. You're like, no, he would have you killed. Like he wasn't going to do it, but he would straight up have you killed if you got in his way. That was his whole thing, is he surrounded himself. And it's funny again that it was produced by 50 Cent, who popularized the term wankster. If you watch episode 1 of this documentary, you find out that that's exactly what Diddy is. He's a wankster. He's a wannabe. He's a nobody. He had no skill except for just an endless drive and an ability to put himself next to the guy until he became the guy.
Yeah, I could have guessed that. I mean,
That's what he did. And
Yeah.
You consider yourself a rhythm and blues / rap connoisseur. So what do you
Sometimes,
think
yeah.
of Diddy's rapping?
Never. I mean, I don't write rhymes. I write checks. That's literally one of his rhymes.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't rhyme. He's just a guy who pays someone. And I saw a clip from the documentary where they talk about how he had to get that one line out, and it took 6 months to get it right.
Yes.
That was just so laughable.
Yes. Yeah, the producer put that out.
When I was a young kid, I do remember that Godzilla song, and I liked it. I'll tell you that.
You know, he didn't write that. Yeah. And it's a real rapper that wrote that. And he's like, he delivered those lines like a punk ass in the documentary. He's like, and then he delivers, he's like, this is what it's supposed to sound like. It's supposed to come from here. And he's up, and he literally did,
and then I went hard because I drive a car.
He's like making fun of Diddy.
Oh, and then you know, he's claimed to invent the remix. And you know what? For the
Ugh.
longest time, everyone knows Biggie is one of the best or whatever. And that album is fireballs. Like it still bumps in the club. Everyone also knows that the worst part of that is Diddy's ad libs.
So, Josh, fun fact, the documentary goes into that as well. And it talks about how he managed to not pay people legally. So basically, he would insert himself into your videos, into your music videos. If he appeared in your music video, $400,000 payment to Diddy. If he rhymed or did a verse on your video, payment to Diddy. If he got you a studio for your video, even if it's his studio, payment to Diddy. Everything was a payment to him to the point where artists weren't seeing any money at all.
So his whole Bad Boy staff and all that, they were just working for free.
Essentially, yes. And then when they'd ask for
Wow.
money, he would terminate them or he'd talk around it. So in this documentary, you also see he conned his or who considered himself his best friend out of 25% of Bad Boy. He had 25% equity in Bad Boy. He owned 25% of it. And Diddy went into the office with a baseball bat and started smashing everything around until he signed it over to him.
Golly.
Yeah. Just a terrible person. It's worse.
He can't even he's not even original. Like that's Ice Cube's move.
Just, I'm telling, drugging women, drugging men. The producer that you're referring to for the 6 months to write a verse had, I'll save it for you to watch, but had a really sad story about those 6 months and not knowing who he was or what was going on for the 6 months while he was there. And it's
Damn.
just terrible. And then, of course, we finally get to episode 4. I don't want to ruin too much of it. You get a little bit of part 2. He actually is the creator, the manufacturer of East and West Coast beef. Did you know that?
It's one of those things you always wonder about.
He, like, lots of reputable people attribute it to him. They're like, no, it was him. He invented this. Like,
He
this was not a
marketed this
thing.
whole thing.
Yeah. It was not a thing. It wasn't old boy from Death Row. Help me out, Josh, because his name is
Suge Knight.
Yeah, Suge. Yeah, Suge. It wasn't Suge. Suge was responding to what Diddy was trying to do first. Also, you really find what happened with Biggie, that Biggie was terrified and didn't want to do certain things, and Diddy refused to let him not do those things, and it probably led to Biggie's death.
Man.
So, finally, part 4, the jurors. What a bunch of bumpkin ass idiots. That's what I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Like, the Indian guy, I really disliked him very much. And then they have a woman that is clearly a fan while saying, I mean, I'm not a fan. And then she talks about his music and talks about him and talks about his past. And I'm like, not a fan, huh? You're very clearly a fan. Like, you are very clearly a fan of this guy's music. Like, you're not a good person. You have to live with what you just did. People are not getting proper justice because Indian guy doesn't think that couples don't fight. Like, it's okay what happened to Cassie. It's fine. That's just couples in love. Literally, he says those lines. That's what couples in love. I've never been in love with somebody and forced them to commit sexual acts with other people. I've never been in love with somebody and drugged them, and I've never hit a woman. So, there you go. That's you.
Good for you. I'm just kidding.
No, I'm just saying, if that's what love is considered, I guess I'm not in love.
Right.
You
Right,
know, like
right.
the Indian guy literally says that. So we're
There's a
gonna get the
difference
Diddy doc.
between yelling at someone and committing acts against humanity.
Yeah, exactly. Just in unspeakable things to another human being. So that's enough about Diddy. Let's talk about your movie, because I'm gonna give the Diddy documentary a popcorn and one. It was very cool. It was interesting, but again, I don't need 4 parts. And 50 Cent said there's another part that's going to get released on YouTube. No, how about this, 50? Make a 2-hour documentary if it's this good and make cuts to the shit that's unnecessary, because there was a lot of stuff that I was like, come on, man, who cares? You're just rehashing. Make this a movie. Make this a documentary and let me watch a 2-hour movie. I'd much rather do that than stick around. But we've talked about the logistic and the financials of having a 4-part, 5-part. So obviously it's more lucrative for
That's the
them to do it that
new
way.
format, baby.
So what were you watching, Josh?
I watched, oh, what fun. It's the Christmas movie with Michelle Pfeiffer that was reviewed by Jordan last week. And I also enjoyed it. I also think it could be thrown into your rounds of
Mhm.
Christmas watches. I think it's worth watching, and it is like you said. It's the woman's version of I've had enough Christmas and let me freak out for a while.
Yeah.
So similar to Chevy Chase getting to have that freak out in the grocery store about the hot dogs, and it happens all the time. All these different male characters get to have this freak out, and so
Mhm.
she has a freak out. But I will say also kind of unjustified. But which ones are justified? So it's okay. Entertaining the whole way through. All these actors. Hit girl, I forgot her name. Chloe Moritz was
Chlo
forgot her name.
Chloe Grace Moretz.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She was in the movie. It was nice to see her. She wasn't particularly. No one was particularly charismatic, except for Orange is the New Black Woman from Peacemaker. She's
Okay.
great. She wasn't in the movie very much, but she's great.
Peacemaker.
Overall, the whole thing was enjoyable. I didn't have really a big problem with it. It wasn't over saccharine. It wasn't over corny. It wasn't over anything. It was cool. It was Christmas, whatever. Popcorn and one, I suppose.
Popcorn and one. Well, Josh, I'm gonna give the roses a popcorn and one. Not because it wasn't
Mm.
good. I wasn't excited about the ending, even though it was absolutely an ultimate ending. um, I,
What else would you rather have?
I don't
I don't
know.
know.
I don't know.
No,
I
I'm
don't
with
know.
you. I'm with you. It's almost felt like a cop out, but also
Yeah,
like poetic, sort of. I don't know.
maybe, maybe when you live in chaos, you gotta go out in chaos, I guess. But you feel for their kids and everything in that situation.
In that awesome house.
Yes, the beautiful house that he built that I do believe maybe her character wasn't super grateful of, and maybe she wasn't super grateful of the house because he was kind of a jerk and wasn't super grateful of her success.
But this is a whole story about ego.
It's ego, narcissism's tied into this. Who's responsible for what? What's actually a work? Who's the real parent? Did you actually miss out while you were earning, or did you go live the life I wanted to be living? There's a lot of that going on. So let's touch on a few things because you did a great review already. The EpiPen saga, the saga of the EpiPen. Tied throughout the entire movie, we have this EpiPen, and this EpiPen could tell tales. It could absolutely tell tales because you got to wonder how many times she's done that to him. How
Yo,
many?
she has blueberries just front and center in the fridge,
Yes. Like how many
or raspberries,
times?
whatever it was. I don't know.
Raspberries. How many times has she like put him in this position to have to save her and knowing just to test the love? That is toxic right there. Let me
Straight
test
up.
your love because you could just let me die here, but let me test to see if you still love me. Benedict Cumberbatch, like he was an irredeemable asshole too. Like he has his moments, like the saving of the whale, but like just absolutely bitter. So bitter though that he had to tell himself repeatedly through the film, "Don't be a dick. Don't be a dick. Don't be a dick," knowing that he was going to be a dick, and sure enough, he was. And I always say, like, even though she brought him donuts because she was going to make an ice cream sandwich out of them, she still brought you donuts, man. Don't find a reason to start the fight. Just okay, cool. So you went there to do the ice cream sandwich, but you got me some donuts. I'm grateful. Thank you for thinking of me on your trip. Not starting a big huge fight. Kate McKinnon, fantastic throughout the movie. Like
Yeah.
she crushes it. She's so funny, and I love her dialogue with Benedict Cumberbatch at the end there, where she's like, "Look, dude, I'm just trying to get some strange. I'm not divorcing my husband." She's like, "I love Barry, and when I'm going through this shit that has ravaged my body and I need chemo, I know he's going to be the one driving me to the hospital." Is it sad or is it just a very real look? Like, yeah, sometimes I'm not going to like you, but I still love you and I couldn't see myself spending life with anyone else, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a lot about it. Like there's just a supreme lack of grace, I think, is a big part of the movie.
Yeah,
But it's going towards the glass half empty sort of situation. So whatever.
fair enough. Allison Janney, what a pit bull, huh? What a
Mm.
pit bull. And I love like that they just casually sidebar. You go into the Christmas party, like just a very throwaway. And finally, just to get you to watch this movie, it's available for everybody on Disney Plus right now. The gun range scene. The gun range.
Yeah, I loved it. I'm totally against guns, but you gotta have them. Yeah.
Literally, I'll tell you this story really quick since we are a movie podcast. The movie Deadpool came out around what, 2015, 2016, somewhere around that time frame, right? So I remember we're at my favorite brewery in Calabasas called Ladyface Brewery. Rinse the week off you know, of work. And we're sitting at this table a Saturday for brunch. And the table next to us is talking about Deadpool and like how crude it is and the comedy, this and that. And there's a guy that hasn't seen it yet, doesn't know anything about it. He's like, "Oh yeah, oh, that sounds terrible. I would never see that. Like, it's grossing me out right now. Just hearing about it." And they're like, and then the couple's like, "Well, no, we really liked it. It was really funny." And he's like, "Oh, well, yeah, I'm probably gonna see it though." Just like, you're so Californian. I'm Californian, and I totally have to say, yes, that is on occasion strongly what they are.
Well, everyone's a little hypocritical, of course, and that's just the way it is. How about the friends at dinner scene? I loved all that.
Oh, that was, but yes, it's great, but it makes you do this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like secondhand embarrassment the
Mhm.
whole time you're watching it. I hate the way you choke me when you, and I'm not going to say the rest of that one. And then what does she say? She calls him some fat ass. Okay, now it just feels like you're being mean.
Why don't you cry about it like you did when our dog died?
She just was ready. Like, she had some things she was harboring. And I love Kate McKinnon. I don't know how I feel about this energy. The colors suddenly turned black at this table. Just sitting over there, tons of nonsense. I'm going to give it a popcorn one. It was a fun movie. The ending was kind of a turnoff for me personally. It's not perfect, but it is watchable. You'll have fun. Olivia Colman is a delightful, sarcastic dick, and I really enjoy that. Benedict Cumberbatch is just doing his best to keep up with her. Great actor,
Oh, yes.
but Olivia
yes.
Colman was crushing
Olivia
her.
Colman. She's a murderer, dude.
Yeah, it's just taking it out. Josh, were you watching anything else for this holiday season?
You know, the holiday season, I got to do my rounds, and the first thing I did was the Bill Murray, A Very Murray Christmas. I did it last year. I did it the year before. Go ahead and watch it, guys. There's not much else to say. It's just a Christmas special in the Murrayest sense. And it's nice. It's calm. There's singy-songies. Everyone's just chilling, having a cocktail around the piano. Yeah. So popcorn for a Christmas special, popcorn and two.
For the Christmas special. That's fair.
What else did you watch?
I watched a Jim Henson special from 1977. Okay, this is called Emmett Otter Jug Band Christmas. Now I know a lot of you, this sounds corny, sounds adorable, and it is. It is. It is very heartfelt in like a very old-timey way. It's about 40 minutes long, so this was like just like a TV special maybe. I don't know in what original format this came in, but I had the VHS tape with like the sing-along version of this. And yeah, I watched this all the time as a kid. It's very folky. It plays out in a battle of the bands. It's puppets, right? It's all animal puppets, Jim Henson, and it plays out in this little small farm town where this poor family, a mother and a son, Otter, they both join this town music competition to try to buy a Christmas gift for each other, and they, it's cute. You get classic songs, and I say that like not really, tongue in cheek. Classic songs like "Ain't No Hole in the Wash Tub" and "A Mess of Mama's Barbecue." So, real bangers. Top the charts for many months. It's a great voice cast. I don't know a single person from the voice cast. Like, I couldn't name you. And that's a reflection back to the good days of voice casting, where they were professional voice casters that you didn't know what they looked like.
Yeah.
Never heard of them, right? So Emmett Otter Jug Band Christmas. It's adorable and all that, and it's a good job, but it's like a popcorn thing. It's not aged well at all.
Oh.
So
Well, by the sound of the songs, maybe not. Yeah.
yeah.
It's like it's borrowing culture.
So next, I watched a new Netflix cartoon called That Christmas. That
Mhm.
Christmas, okay? It's very modern animation. Um, it's British. So we got a British Santa Claus, which was new. You never see British Santa Claus. Has a very small like role in this. It's kind of odd why they even put Santa Claus in it. He does not affect the plot. And that's the thing. There really isn't a plot. It's like there's several plots going on and they all get really boring really fast and don't really pan out all the way. And so it's just a mess. It's just a mess. It took me like 3 tries to get through this. Like I think I watched it in about 30-minute increments. Um, it's a great voice cast of a who's who of British TV and film actors. There's nothing here for adults at all. This is not adult entertainment. I would hardly call it children's entertainment. It was boring. It's a popcorn.
Very
Yeah.
English.
Yeah. Uh I will break away for 1 second to review a TV show on Netflix I watched. I started in October, called Haunted Hotel. Okay. This
Okay.
is from one of the producers of Rick and Morty, not the main guys, but like one of the, I don't know, somebody preliminary in there. Um, and it does have that vibe. It has like a Rick and Morty sort of Bob's Burgers kind of feel to it. There's 10 episodes on Netflix. It says that there is new episodes coming. So this is a adult animated comedy um, that is horror themed.
Okay.
Right? It takes place in a haunted hotel. The voice cast is led by Will Forte, who
Huh.
plays an uncle who died in his haunted hotel that the family, the mom and 2 kids, now have inherited and work at, where there's lots of different demons. And it covers a whole bunch of different horror movie tropes. And real life serial killer stuff. Like you get a lot of like Friday the 13th, Exorcist, like all these different references to horror movies, Poltergeist, everything. You get characters. You're introduced to characters like Abaddon, who's kind of the mascot character. Like there's always like Roger from American Dad or Brian or
Yeah.
like he's the mascot character. He is
Abaddon.
a
That's
he's
hilarious.
his name's Abaddon. He's like a million-year-old demon from hell who's possessed the child of like a pilgrim boy, like a young boy. So he's got like a deep voice like a grown man, but he's like a little kid body. It's hilarious. He's a hilarious character, and you also get introduced to Stabby Paul, who is essentially who's the psycho with the cult? The 70s guy?
Manson.
Manson. Yeah, he's Charles Manson, basically.
Stabby ball.
His name's Stabby Paul. Yeah, and but you do get like a whole bunch of different characters. It's original, but it is like one of those. It's like a gimmick type thing, like right. It's very narrowly focused on horror and the horror genre, but you're just like, for how long can that go on? It
Yeah.
just doesn't seem like a recipe built to last. But I love the first season. Like I give it a popcorn and 3. I love the first season. I want more. And I just I'm already like, it's the thing, like the writing's on the wall. I'm already sad for the moment that it jumps the shark.
But it's definitely gonna happen though.
It's gonna happen. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time. Because we're out of ideas. We need Danny DeVito in here.
Yeah.
I watched a show. I didn't get to review because I just finished it. It's called Ha Ha You Clowns. I believe it's on Prime, but it's originally Adult Swim. So it's one of those ugly animation cartoons, like intentionally ugly, and it's kind of like a sitcom, like a 90s sitcom. And it's like, imagine if Tim the Toolman Taylor had his 3 boys, but the wife died years ago, so he's just trying to raise them all on his own. And it's like the 3 boys are twins, and they're just giant dudes with the part hair, and they all talk like this. Hey, you gotta get it all together, guys. Come on now. And Dad, you gotta jump in the pool with us, Dad. Come on. and it's like extremely wholesome. Like all the storylines they're all wholesome, but it's just so weird.
Mm. Yeah, see, I'm not a fan of like that off-putting animation style
Yeah, I
stuff.
can see that. I can see that because a lot of those it's like you got to give it a chance, but do I want to?
Yeah.
So I feel you on that. And like I said, it sounds wholesome, so my review doesn't even work. But
Yeah.
like you catch like 30 seconds of it, and you're like, I think I get it.
Mhm. Yeah.
Because they're not really even telling jokes. It's just like the weird situations are comical. It's a really strange show, but I give it a popcorn 1. It's on Prime. Ha ha, you clowns. Joe Kappa animation. I'm a fan of his from Instagrams and stuff.
Yeah. The next thing I watched was the best Christmas pageant ever, and I believe you reviewed this.
Oh yeah,
This came out in 2024.
yeah,
I did not really want to watch it. I remember you reviewing it, and you were like, "Yeah, this is very like religious centered," and it is. Yes. But it was very charming. It was very cute. It was
oh yeah,
funny. It was funny.
yep,
Um, I just always I don't buy into adults, and because this is really what it is. Like an entire town is victimized by this. You
yeah,
know, these kids
yeah.
that are like a victim of their own circumstances. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I have a hard time always buying into like adults being bullied by kids. Like, come on, somebody. Tell them no, you cannot be in the pageant, you little jerks. Like,
Indian boarding school.
yeah, and it's this show is a valuable lesson. Like, it's a good role model for how adults should handle things.
Yeah,
Like, but I don't think it's a good message for kids necessarily. That like you can steal and be disruptive and all that, but like everybody else should feel sorry. Like, I don't know. I just sent it that you can act up and be bad and get rewarded for things still.
mhm.
I don't know.
That's an interesting way to look at it.
It's
Yeah, I guess so.
it's
Sure.
like a weird conflicting thing for me. But I was like, yeah, this is good for like how adults, you can't hold the circumstances of children against them. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
The mom in this, she's a famous actor.
yeah. She's done
Um,
a lot of stuff.
yeah. I was like, yeah, she's a saint. Like, she's a wonderful character. Loved her. Um, the little girl all the kids were great. The
All the kids are
actors,
great, but the
they're
smallest
great.
girl.
Though, yeah, right. She's great. But the oldest, bad kid girl, the lead girl, um, and her whole thing is like, oh, I want to be an actor. Right?
Hmm.
I want to be an actor. Ironically though, she's not a
The
good
worst actor.
actor. Yeah, yeah, she's not she's kind of not a good because she has some heavy
Oh,
emotional dialogue scenes.
yeah.
Um, and yeah, she doesn't deliver a lot of lines very well, but
Okay.
hey. It was a cute movie. I give it a popcorn in one.
Popcorn one. Yeah, I see
Yeah.
that. But yeah, it was wholesome. I didn't want to watch it either. I remember really walking away happy with it though. It was good.
Yeah. Yeah. And that giving that a popcorn in one, honestly, like I think I have to give Wake Up Dead Man like a solid popcorn in two. Like I have to slip it into there, just
Yeah, not
like
the same boat. Not the same
great.
boat.
No, 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 no. Okay, Roofman was the final thing I watched this
Ah,
week. And I think this was a drunk or butter on top, was it?
it was a butter on top.
There's one I think I did not get to see this one. Channing Tatum, true story, right? This guy, he's a savant, kind of genius, was in the military, discharged, doesn't know what to do with himself, resorts to stealing, right? Breaking into McDonald's through the roof and whatnot. And he gets caught, goes to jail, escapes. And yeah, it's just the classic story of like greed, right?
Mm,
He just always gets too greedy,
mm,
right? Needs more and more. He's should be happy that he's just out of jail, right? He can get a fresh start. It's right in front of him, but he doesn't want just that. He wants to like a new family and love, and he wants his cake and he wants to eat it too. You know what I mean? That sort of thing.
yeah.
Um his little spot that he makes, his little nook in the Toys R Us with like he's just got like stuffed animals, and like that's like the perfect example. It's just like a guy who's like it's like, dude, come on, like you're just stealing stuffed animals and crap to keep in your little den with you. Oh man. What I do love, what is great, he's a man of the people, is how he starts giving people, well, I mean, not people, he gives his girlfriend days off. He goes in and changes the schedule, the work schedule. He gets into the computer because she like wants to be off for Christmas or wants to be off for this. So he like goes in. Well, so like essentially he's screwing other people who are on the schedule already. Um, and the whole time he's like trying to charm her kids, Reese Witherspoon's kids, stealing stuff from Toys R Us to give to the kids, video games, CDs, whatever. But it's like this dude has his own kids that are like the mom is keeping him from seeing it, and like that makes sense, but still, like it's just like it's completely like not on the forefront of his mind, and I don't know, it's just weird. His character just doesn't play well, but I think that's the thing, is like you're not supposed to like his character, really.
Like the fun journey.
Yeah. So Roofman, um I liked this movie. It was interesting. I'm gonna give Roofman a popcorn and one. It kind of, popcorn and one.
Corner one.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll take it home with one more that I watched just last night. It's been 25 years since Jim Carrey's The Grinch. And we watched it last night, the whole family, and loved it.
Loved it. Yeah.
I think this is probably top 5 Christmas movies ever made. Top 5 book adaptations ever made. All-time Grammy for costume and makeup design. Fun story. Jim Carrey, one of his best performances. All around, is just a great Christmas movie. Popcorn and 3.
Yeah,
You can
that's,
about it all day.
I say it, I think I say it every year because I watch it every year. I've already watched it like twice this year. I just stopped reviewing it and stopped mentioning it.
Yeah.
That Jim Carrey deserves some kind of retroactive Oscar. I don't know in what category or like that would fall into, but like that performance is just incredible.
Yeah, just for that one, like not a lifetime achievement. He needs just a retroactive just for the Grinch.
Yeah.
Thanks for changing movies forever.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I
man,
feel
that's
that.
it.
Well, I caught a sequel that Apple did to try to do a Christmas movie. And it's The Family Plan, which I think I gave a popcorn. So The Family Plan Part 2, I'm going to give a popcorn and 1. I did think this was better. It was still corny. And they go for a parkour scene here, and I was just like, it looks bad. It's making me uncomfortable how bad it looks. Marky Mark, you can't do this no more, man. Just stop. You look like Liam Neeson with a cracked hip out there trying to do parkour. But it was still funny though. And Josh, have you noticed in like the family buddy cop, the family like spy movies, there is an invasion of, we got to sing this song from the 90s together all in the car.
Yep. That's just one of those. There's a producer somewhere that says this works. This works. You have to put this in. It works.
I hate it every time. I feel like maybe it started with We're the Millers, maybe in the RV.
Maybe so.
I'm trying to go back to what it, and now it's just like it was in Us, right? With what's his face? Keegan, not Keegan Michael Key.
Oh yeah,
Jordan Peele, right? And then we have it in the Cameron Diaz, Jamie Foxx one where they're all saying, and I'm just like, okay, enough.
No,
Enough.
you know who did it first and who did it best?
Who's that?
Was Step Brothers with
yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're right.
Sweet Child of Mine.
Yeah, you are right.
Yeah, I still think about that from time to time.
That is good. That is a perfect callback. But in this one, we got a fun little car chase. We got some funny jokes with exes. You know, that old trope. Like they turn the trope of we're gonna go see my ex on its head. It's not what you expect. It's not what you typically get out of we're gonna go see my ex. So that was interesting. That was funny. The actress that did it, the Russian actress, I can't pronounce her name, so I apologize, ma'am. She did a fantastic job in the role. but it's not amazing, but it is a good like it's fine. It's a popcorn one. Throw it on in the background where you're making a Christmas ham, a holiday ham, holiday ham. Sorry, everyone. And you know, listen to Marky Mark still try to swing, and Michelle Monaghan just be like the new Julia Roberts, just adorable and in everything because she is on a run ever since your drunk classic. What was your drunk classic that you gave us where she was in it with
Julia
she's
Roberts?
no Michelle Monaghan where she plays the Santa elf. It ends in death. What is it? It had her. I want to say Sam Rockwell. I can't remember. It was your drunk classic
What?
though. Yeah, her,
She
Sam
plays an
Rockwell.
elf?
No, like Santa's elf. She's not an actual elf. She's wearing that really beautiful, like Santa suit. It's not a Santa suit though. When she
Oh
opens up the
no,
hotel
man.
room, her, Sam Rockwell. Oh well, who cares? We'll move on. So anyway, for the family plan part 2, I'm gonna give it a popcorn in 2. We got it right this week. This week it will be Avatar: Fire and Ash for our butter on top. And for our drunk classic, let's throw it over to you, Josh.
You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do something in light of current events. One of my favorite franchises ever is getting a movie again.
Okay. Okay.
So we're gonna watch the original, starring the late great Raul Julia.
Mm-hmm.
Street Fighter, baby.
I like it. You're gonna do a little Van Damme.
A little bit of little Van Damme when he's at the peak of his cocaine era. Yeah. And what'd you think about that trailer for the new Street Fighter, dude?
I mean, it's gonna be hot garbage, but it's gonna be an entertaining hot garbage. Like it's not gonna be cinematic excellence. They're gonna learn, and they've said as much. They're leaning into cornball. They're leaning into the video game, and they said it on
Yep.
stage at the video game thing. And
Really?
yeah, they're like, oh, this is not gonna be super serious. We're not copying Mortal Kombat. We're not trying to do a serious movie. We're trying to make Street Fighter.
That is so refreshing to hear, especially considering Cody Rhodes cannot pull off serious with that haircut that they're giving him. That's not even pretending to be real hair.
It's gonna be rough.
I can't wait, but I also can't wait for the drunk classic Street Fighter from the 90s. The movie's so weird and odd that I think I only watched it twice in my life, but it was a classic. And it is a classic. And it's Raul Julia's one of his greatest performances ever and his final. It was a Tuesday. So good. Can't wait.
All right, so we will see you next week. And if you want to, go to the movie theater, see Avatar: Fire and Ash. You get the popcorn, we get the beer.